Okay, one more before I put the Doctor back into the time lock, because I was tagged for this.
I'm gonna tag
by Barry Aldridge.
Mickeleh.
It's the Doctor Who tag, originated by Luke Spillane.
I have come up with the Doctor Who tag. So I've written down a series of questions which I'm going to answer about my favourites from Doctor Who.
So what I love about this tag is just watching people access their memories about the show and seeing the joy play out in their faces and hear it in their voices. Onward. The questions, please.
Who is your favourite Doctor?
No, I watched Luke and Barry struggle with this one, and I can see why. I like all the Doctors. Well, most of them. Some of them got better stories than others, though. But I'm going to limit this to 3 that I'm most grateful to. William Hartnell, because he created the role. He had nothing to go on but the scripts and some coaching from the production team. Everyone else, all of them, they're all doing whatever they do in response to what Hartnell invented. They'll go brighter, or funnier, or quirkier, or scarfier. But Bill Hartnell, he made it up. Imagine being Richard Burbage, the first actor to play Hamlet, the guy that Shakespeare wrote Hamlet for. Burbage never saw anybody else play Hamlet. He had to figure it out with some help from the author. Bill Hartnell is Burbage for Doctor Who. He was handed a script, he walked into a TARDIS set, straight from the scene shop, and he became the Doctor. Now top that, anyone. Although maybe Patrick Troughton did top it, because Troughton played the second Doctor. He sold us something completely unexpected, unprecedented. The idea of a new actor stepping into the part as somehow a different version of the same guy. Troughton is the guy who first had to solve that problem. How do you play the same guy with a different personality? Hartnell was not very big on mirth, but Troughton was very comical. I heard him say in an interview that came from Sidney Newman, who was the BBC head of drama that initiated the program. Newman told Troughton to think about Charlie Chaplin when he played the Doctor. And the third actor I'm going to single out for gratitude is Christopher Eccleston. Another guy who invented the part, or reinvented it. The show had been cancelled, it was off the air, done, dead. Sent to Big Finish audio heaven, where it still thrives. But on television, dead since 1989, except for a couple of special projects and a failed attempt to revive it in the 90s. And then it's 2005, and along comes Russell T. Davies with some ideas for reviving the show for the 21st century. And he casts Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor. So Eccleston's on my short list because he too had really heavy lifting to do. He had to get this thing going from a dead start and make it exciting in new ways. A perfect blend of joy and sorrow, power and compassion, and he's incredible. Fantastic.
What is your favourite Doctor Who story?
Well, see, that's an even harder question. I mean, there are only 12 Doctors. Okay, 13. Okay. But there have been hundreds of stories, over 250 stories. You can't just pick one favorite. Here's my short list. From the most recent series, I loved Mummy on the Orient Express by Jamie Matheson. A good mystery, an invincible monster from Series 4, Turn Left by Russell T. Davies. It's a Wonderful Life meets Doctor Who. What Would the World Be Like Without You? Where George Bailey is played by David Tennant, the Angel Clarence is played by a beetle, and the town of Bedford Falls is played by Catherine Tate. From Series 3, Blink, You Gotta Have Blink by Stephen Moffat. Ingenious plot, super spooky and scary monster, and Carey Mulligan. And it's so constrained. And the story hinges on DVD extras, so I have to love it. Classic serials, City of Death, Tom Baker, because Paris, actual Paris, shot on location, and a script by Douglas Adams, actual Douglas Adams, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Douglas Adams. Also, Genesis of the Daleks, another Tom Baker serial. The Doctor is sent back to the planet where the Daleks originate from, with a mission to prevent their creation. It's the Hitler baby orphanage story, and it's 2 years older than John Green himself. It's by Terry Nation, who created the Daleks. I don't know what this Davros guy is. Terry Nation's the creator. But my personal favorite, Midnight by Russell T. Davies, where the terror is unseen and the biggest threat is from the people the Doctor is desperate to save.
Who is your favourite companion?
Mine is Catherine Tate as Donna Noble. Donna's rapport with the Doctor is unique, and her end is the saddest, even sadder than Rose's, because Rose got her happy ending eventually. Her sad ending was rescinded. But Donna... oh, Donna.
What was the first Doctor Who story you ever watched?
I don't know. It was probably in the 80s. I know I wasn't impressed by the Rolling Pepper Pots. But what mainly put me off was the stentorian foe Shakespeare of the villains. But they were full of themselves, weren't they? The first Doctor Who episode I remember wasn't actually an episode at all. It was a video game called Daleks. May have been the first shareware game for Macintosh, 1984. Written by Johan Strandberg, based on an older Unix game called Robots. But it was YouTubers who got me into the show. Alex Day with his Troc, Charlie McDonnell who wrote Blink, Liam Dryden saying he looked like David Tennant. Which episode I saw first, I frankly don't remember. I know it was David Tennant, though.
What is your favourite series or era of the show?
My favourite series is Series 9, which just started shooting and won't air till later this year because I live in hope. Because the episodes in Series 9 will surprise me completely, because Peter Capaldi's interpretation of the Doctor is beyond brilliant, and I'm sure if I did this tag a year from now, he would be hands down my favourite Doctor. And because I'm an optimist, I'm always hoping for better.
What is your favourite pre- or post-regeneration story?
Okay, honourable mention, The Twin Dilemma, the first appearance of Colin Baker as the Sixth Doctor. Regeneration leaves him extremely unstable, paranoid, homicidal. He tries to kill the companion. That's a tough entrance to make. That's a great way to ingratiate yourself with the audience. Runner-up, Stolen Earth / Journey's End by Russell T. Davis. Purists will not count this as a regeneration story because it's a fake-out. The Doctor doesn't actually change. Davis uses regeneration energy as what? A deus ex machina? A get-out-of-jail card? But the episode is mad, exuberant, excessive, preposterous. It's a free-for-all with the Doctor, Donna, Captain Jack, Martha Jones, Mickey Smith, Davros, Dalek, Khan, Rose Tyler, Jackie Tyler, many, many more. At its height, when all the companions are joining in to pilot the TARDIS, it's as joyous as the show ever gets. And by the end, it's sad beyond words. It is really cool the way Russell T. Davis makes use of things that have been hiding in plain sight all along. The severed hand in a jar, the 8 sides of the TARDIS console. And Donna gets to save the universe and comes close to fixing the chameleon circuit. Rose gets her very own Doctor clone to take back with her to the alternate universe. But the price of all this is that Donna Noble loses all her memories of her time with the Doctor. It's one of the saddest story arcs in the entire series. But that's only my second favorite regeneration story. Okay, here's my favorite. The 11th Hour. The first adventure of the Moffat era. Our introduction to the 11th Doctor and his 2 companions, Amy and Rory. Perfect blend of whimsy, comedy, mystery, danger. A scary but funny monster. Super high stakes. The Earth might be destroyed. And Matt Smith just nails his take on the character from the outset. Slightly daft, entirely alien, playful, goofy, and yet able to focus his enormous energy and intellect when he needs to. It's our first glimpse at the crack in the universe that Moffat will exploit again and again, and again and again, and again and again, till we are sick of it.
What is your favourite TARDIS?
All right, the first one, of course, and the current one are 2 runners-up. I love the round things, and I love the new bookshelves and the blackboard, but my choice is this cozy wood panel console room that appeared in a few of Tom Baker's episodes.
What is your favourite villain / monster of Doctor Who?
I have a great fondness for Syl in the 6th Doctor adventure, Vengeance on Varos, 1985. Sort of a giant slug with a humanish face, sadistic, unscrupulous, peevish, foul-tempered, petty, generally icky. The episode itself is also high on my list because it's a ruthless satire of television where people are killed for entertainment. And that was before Big Brother and The X Factor and Survivor. But that's only my runner-up. My favorite monster? Weeping Angels. And I'll tell you why. They don't speak. They don't make those ridiculously stilted declamations that make me giggle at most of the villains in the show. Oddly enough, I'm not that fond of the silence because they strike me as a case of Moffat plagiarizing himself. Let's do the Weeping Angels again, but different. Those are my answers. Thank you, Barry. Thanks for the tag. And thank you, Luke, for setting this whole thing going. I'm tagging everyone who ever left a comment on one of my Doctor Who reviews, but I'll pick a few to name. I'm tagging Adam the Alien, Alex Bragdon, the recurring David, who covered some of this material in his Fandom Timeline series, and my neighbor, Snit VlogSki, and Kevin Gisi. Until next time, I'm Mickeleh. Today, I'm not going to promote any of my own videos. I've got a few other things for you. That's a playlist of interviews that were done in San Jose on public television in the United States in the 1980s to help promote Doctor Who in this country. You'll find Patrick Troughton there, John Pertwee, and Tom Baker. And that is Barry's video. He tagged me originally. That's Luke's video. He started this series. And that's Charlie's video. Charlie, he has a fez. Bye now.